Hi everyone, I'm Sefeli and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will show you how to onboard an SRX chassis cluster into Security Director Cloud in just a few minutes using the CLI commands. So let's get started. After logging into Security Director Cloud, from the left menu, go to Inventory, then Devices. Hit the plus icon, and from here, you can see two onboarding options. Zero-Touch Provisioning, or ZTP, enables you to automatically provision and onboard one or many factory default SRX firewalls with minimal manual intervention. All you need is just the serial number and the root password. The second option is the CLI commands, where Security Director Cloud generates the required configuration commands. And you simply copy the commands, paste them to the SRX, and commit. You can also onboard existing in-service SRX firewalls directly from JWeb, or migrate them from an existing Security Director on-prem. And if you are deploying a cloud-ready SRX, you can onboard it by scanning the QR code on the device, and then follow the instructions. So you can think of the QR code in ZTP as the typical options for greenfield deployments, while JWeb, Security Director on-prem, and the CLI commands are commonly used for existing or brownfield deployments. Today, we'll use the CLI commands method. I will select the SRX cluster, but you can also choose a standalone SRX device or SRX multi-node HA pairs. I will leave the number of devices set to 1. But before we continue, remember, the SRX must have internet connectivity, working DNS, and it must be able to establish outbound HTTPS connection to the Security Director Cloud. So no inbound rules are required. Now on the devices page, click Adopt Device in the Management Status column. Security Director Cloud generates a unique onboard commands that establish a secure trust relationship between the SRX and the cloud. So instead of manually configuring certificates, a cloud connectivity, and registration details, Security Director prepares everything we need. We'll copy the commands, close, switch over to the SRX, and I will paste the commands on the primary node only. The Security Director Cloud generates Node 0 and Node 1 group-based configuration. Now I will commit. Back in Security Director, we can see the device is entering the discovery process. During discovery, Security Director authenticates the firewalls, retrieves the hardware inventory, learns the current configuration, and prepares the device for centralized management. We'll wait for a few moments. Perfect. Our chassis cluster has now been successfully onboard. But before the device can be fully managed, we need to associate it with a subscription. I will click on Manage Subscription, select the subscription, and click OK. At this point, there are a few things we should verify. Management status has to be up. This confirms that Security Director can actively communicate with the firewalls. Inventory status has to be in sync. And this confirms that the hardware inventory has been successfully synchronized. Device configuration has to be also in sync. And this tells us that the running configuration on the firewall matches what Security Director has in its database. You can also find information about the OS version, the model number, and you can click more for reboot device, upgrade devices, rollback devices, and more. And if you want to view additional details, click on the desired device. Here you can see the chassis view, overall device information, device health, the active licenses, and the security package installed. You can display information regarding the modules installed if you click on the chassis tab, or you can display information related to the interfaces installed on the device by clicking on the interfaces tab. Device administration displays information related to the active licenses, deployed certificates, software versions, and installed security packages. Configuration templates display the deployment status of different configuration templates installed on the device. Under device configuration, you can view the existing configuration, change, delete, or add new configuration, or even restore to a previous deployment status. So that brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.